It's all right.
Welcome to Real Talk with Marvin. Today we're here three times. I'm talking about two times. That's more than that. Three times world champion, and Hall of Famer, and all that. One of the best boxers come out DMV, Washington D.C. Definitely Southwest Washington D.C. Also his brother James Harris. A lot of people don't know about him today, but they're gonna learn today. They're gonna definitely know who he is. And we're live from the Hub DC here in Washington DC. Brand new spot, man. It's definitely a hell of a spot that we're doing our show from. But like I said, once again, we get back to Mark Two Shop Johnson here in the studio, and also James Harris, his brother. Hey,
Thanks, Mom. Always a pleasure.
Hey, one thing about it, two things for sure, Mark, man. It's been a long time. It was a while for me to have to catch up with you, but like I said, I definitely made it my business today. I bumped into you and your brother over in Denny's off of Benning Road, and I made sure it was my business to bring you up because, like I said, a lot of people, you've been incognito for a minute. We got to see. Like I said, I was worried about you, man. I know you was had to, deal with some private businesses, private stuff that you're going through in life. That's what we all do as men, human beings, especially as men. And like I said, definitely welcome to the hub right here, brother. And we definitely want to hear from the people. Definitely want to hear because they haven't heard from you in a minute.
Well, I want to say this is a wonderful spot, man. I'm glad to be here at the hub, man. I mean, if y'all ain't never been here, man, y'all need to get down here. But I'll say one thing, one thing about me is this, man. I just stay out the way when there's everything going on, man. I just stay out the way. But one thing for certain, true thing for sure, I'm always gonna be a world champion. I'm always gonna be a Hall of Famer. And guess what? That's what here, man. The champ is here, man. You know what I'm saying? I got my man Red got us down here, man. It's a wonderful, wonderful spot, man. This is wonderful.
Yeah, okay. You're there. Hey, and also look, we got the quiet storm over here. James is always one of the quietest ones of the brothers. A lot of people thought, I'm not to take no credit for Mark, but a lot of people didn't really know too much about James. James didn't stick around as long as Mark did. But they say James, Mark can tell you something. You say you think I'm good. His brother was even better than him. But we're gonna hear from James Harris right here. He's in the studio. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Come on, James. Come on. I know you're quiet, but you gotta let us know something. The people definitely want to know. Tell us a little bit about yourself, brother. Don't freeze up on me, bro. I mean, tell us.
Man, what did you do?
Give us a little bit background or something. Hey, tell us a little bit about yourself. Oh yeah, exactly. Tell us about your box career, brother.
I've been boxing. I used to box for a long time. I've been all over the world. Fought for the United States, 8 against 8 countries, never lost. I accomplished so much in boxing, man, but I never got the world title like my brother got it. But I got most everything that I wanted out of boxing. Took me all around the world.
Tim, what age did you start boxing when you started boxing? Give us a little bit about that. Give us a little history. I know your mom,
7 years old.
7?
I used to go to the gym and watch my father training. Then I just started boxing. Then right after that, Mark came along. He started boxing. He used to stand in a little chair and hit the speed bag. He used to say, I'm going to be a world champion. Came true for him, too.
That's what's up, man. One thing about it, man, your dad, man, Ham, everybody, know Ham, because one thing about it, two things for sure. When I was boxing as an amateur fighter, they said when Ham came through the door, and like I said, all y'all, man, look, it was no light-skinned kids in y'all gym. I can tell you, it was smoke, black, greasy jokers. They said when Ham came, they said he was like heaven and hell falling behind him. Y'all definitely was doing y'all thing, man. One thing about all y'all was smoke, black jokers. It's like y'all put fear in jokers, man. And that's before Mark really even came along. I mean, y'all had a lot of guys that could do it, the Ham AC boxing gym, man. And hopefully next time that we come here, we definitely gonna bring Ham, because definitely Ham is can tell you a whole bunch about it. But like I said, getting back to you, Mark, we was on this with Daryl, Too Sweet Coley. He was on here, and I gotta say this. I know he said, man, his name was Too. He used it Too, the Too Sweet. Then after that, you came and said all of a sudden you was Too Sharp. And me personally, I didn't know. Can you tell us where did you get the name Too Sharp from?
Well, one thing for certain, two things for sure was my name was Little Shop. When I first turned pro, my name was Mark Little Shop Johnson. One of my best friends, Lee Wilkins, got killed. He was Too Shop. I took that name to make sure it always stayed with me, to let him know he'll always be with me. I was always called Little Shop, but I took Two Shop from Lily. So it wasn't that I was the one to be a too sweet. You know what I mean? So yes, he definitely was too sweet before me being Two Shop.
Okay, yeah, we just want to clear that up because I know Daryl gonna come on here later on some kind of day, and he gonna, he want to rectify that.
Oh no, there's no rectifying. When he was Too Sweet, I was Little Shop, and then when Lily got killed, I took that name Two Shop and took it with me. So yeah, he definitely was Too Sweet before me. I was Two Shop.
Okay, now that we clear that up,
Mhm.
and tell us this, then the people definitely want to know, man. What's your life is like after boxing? A lot of people. I mean, we know that you're a Hall of Fame. You're not just like you got a lot of these regular guys. The DC Hall of Fame or Baltimore or the Pizza Hut, Hall of Fame and all that. But you in the history books have been a 3-time, the first African American fighter ever done it. In here in the DMV. And tell it also, I don't want to skip past because I definitely want you to tell people this. Where that you're definitely in the museum, African Museum, not the I don't know one, but you
Black Museum.
the Black Museum,
Yeah.
because I've seen.
Well, I say this: it has its accolades, but all the time, at some point, you always got to make sure you understand what's going on. But being a guy that's in the Hall of Fame, in the African American Museum, you got your accolades, but you still have to be very careful. You know what I mean? Because things go on and things happen. And when they see a person that's at that standard or at that stage, it's always somebody want to do something. Or you got let me say, not somebody want to do something, but you got people that's always looking at you. So you always got to be on point at all times. So at this point right now, I think I'm the only Hall of Famer in Washington, D.C. Pretty much. I don't know if nobody else made the Hall of Fame. So I'm always, my head is always on the swivel.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna always look at you. They hold you always to a higher standard. Once you get because you're a Hall of Fame, you're not no regular Hall of Fame.
Right. I'm an international boxing Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
So you have a lot of people that's in the DC Hall of Fame, but I'm in the International Boxing Hall of Fame.
When you're in the International Hall of Fame, anything you do, you can't do nothing wrong. You got to do everything right because anything you do negative, they always going to talk about. They're going to always see all the negative. They're not going to see nothing positive. When people can say something bad about you, that's what they're going to do. So you got to, everything you do, you got to be right. You got to think about what you're going to do. As soon as you do something wrong, they're going to talk about you.
Without a doubt. I definitely, I definitely know that that's how, especially in the DMV boss. Now, what I'm talking about now, I want to get on the side now. When I say highs, when you on your high horses, you on your A game, everybody come around you Two Shop because you definitely was one of the fighters I can say was representing the DMV area because you was always on a point and they say you had a nickname. What was the nickname they called you on that West Coast?
The Mexican Assassin.
The Mexican Assassin. And why did they call you that?
Because I was crushing them.
He's beating all Mexicans.
I was beating all of them, crushing them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Every time they put somebody in front of me, I'm crushing them.
Now,
and I flew all the way from DC to the West Coast and got signed by the LA Forum.
Yeah, and that's big. That's big.
You know what I'm saying? When you get signed by somebody from California and you fighting California fighters, man, I ain't care about nothing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I can say about that. Now, me personally, Mark, I mean, this is my opinion. You was fighting what weight class back then?
I was at 112.
112 pounds. Now, do you think if you was fighting like 135 or up, you think you'd be made? Because I know y'all wasn't really making the money like they making now.
Of course. I mean, I'd be a millionaire, but even if I was fighting at 112 right now, I'd be a millionaire.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Because they giving up this free money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this. They called and gave him that shot to fight for the title. If Mark would have lost that fight, they wouldn't have never signed him with the Puma. But the person that he beat, it was actually their fighter. And they thought he was gonna beat Mark. That wasn't nothing but a test.
Mm-hmm.
They brought Mark out there
to lose,
to just be opponent for him. But when Mark beat him, they say, "Look, we got signed," and it just took his career, took off from there.
Yeah,
it was all a test.
I definitely didn't know that. Yeah, Yeah, everything, especially when it comes to us black fighters, man. Because they always looking for a great white hope. A white fighter that to shine, overshine. Because they know by nature that's what we warriors by nature. You know what I mean? So but like I said, Mark, you did a whole lot of stuff in the Boston game, man. You know what I mean? A whole lot. A lot of people feel that you might not have done a lot to their expectation of now because what is your life like after boxing now that you're not boxing, what are you doing now for the community?
Well,
What have you done after this?
Well, in the beginning, I had the Two Shop Johnson boxing show. I had a tournament, the Two Shop tournament at Hillcrest Heights. I had that. I still train kids at the recreation centers. I still work with kids, and I still go to the fights. At the end of the day, I'm always going to be a part of boxing. That's one thing about me. So at the end of the day, if you look at the stuff that I've done outside of the ring, it's way more than what I've done inside the ring. Um, even right now, with me being at the rec centers and stuff like that, I got to make sure I give out kids. I got to make sure I give out food. I got to make sure I do that. So I'm just laid back in my style now, making sure I do what I'm supposed to do for me and my family.
Okay. Hey, okay. So now I just want to get to another subject. I mean, stay on the same line, but like I said, um, now, like I said, that you're no longer boxing right now, just at this point right now in life. I mean, how did you feel? I mean, what kind of advice could you give to these younger guys that's like Lamont Roach to fight this way, come up with him with Vontae Tank Davis? Because both of them when they was kids.
I mean, the main thing I would say was this. The bottom line is to get the bag.
Okay.
There's nothing else to say. They already signed the contract.
Yeah, because you have a lot of people thinking there's a DC versus Baltimore type of
well, it's always gonna be that.
Yeah.
One thing about DC and Baltimore is always gonna be that, no matter where you at. I don't care if you in prison, I don't care if you at the football field, I don't care if you on the street. It's always gonna be DC Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, what I would tell Lamont is, listen, you just get in tip top shape and do the best you do.
That's right.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, because
you ain't got to worry about nothing else. Just get in tip top shape and do the best you can. And if the best not good enough, guess what? You can come back home and go back down to your weight class and keep your belt.
You still got your belt.
You still got
your belt. And you got to pay that.
Exactly. So I don't
have a people that ain't gonna get that's gonna talk trash about you and say, oh man, he got knocked out or he got stopped or he went the distance. He going to the bank, not you.
This is a win-win situation for him.
He going to the bank.
And why you think that?
Because number one, he not even fighting for his belt. He moving up to fight for Tank belt. If he lose, he still can come back down and still be a world champion. And then he can defend this belt. But the main thing is, man, out of this boxing, you want to get paid much as you can. Because man, boxing don't last forever.
What I doubt.
Don't last forever.
Short window in that, especially if you getting ahead a lot.
That's right.
Now, I've been buzzing in the DMV a whole lot about Gary Russell. Gary Russell called Tank a bitch. We're going to keep it 100. He called him a bitch. He said that he's a dog in DC, but he's not fighting. So, what you think? I mean, what would you think his perspective as far as why he was pretty much speaking out against Roach? You think because he didn't get the chance like Roach got it, or to get the chance to make the money like Roach is? He didn't. But he always calling Tank out. And that's from anyone of y'all can answer. What you think? What would you take about that?
Well, the main thing is this. You got a guy who just lost. He got to redeem himself. And what's the best way to redeem yourself against a world champion? But at the end of the day, the world champion is saying, I don't need you.
You need me.
You need me. So I'd rather fight another champion than fight a guy that's not a champion. You might be a harder fight than Lamont Roach, but why am I fight you? You ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, nothing to offer.
Or offer. I can fight Lamont Roach because guess what they saying? He's a guy that came up from 130 that's a world champion. That look better on pay-per-view than the guy that lost his last fight.
I agree with you 100% on that. Yeah,
But I think at some point, when you get these fights that's offered to you, you got to be able to take them. You got to be able to run with them.
yeah, you can't be no
You know what I'm saying?
fight either.
I mean, at the lower weight class, you at least got to fight 4 times a year.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. A lot of these guys are not pushing themselves to that limit. They fight one time and then they off them.
Well,
when Mark was fighting, they wasn't never getting Hollywood with what they getting now. If Mark was getting what they was getting then, he'd be a millionaire.
Yeah.
See, right now, they give Mark them 125,000, 200,000. These kids getting millions right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's totally different. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to fight 4 times a year for the money they get.
Without a doubt. I definitely, man. That's what it is. You know, like I say, I think a lot of fighters nowadays are being pampered. You know what I mean? They just doing what they want to do. They lazy, they just not as dedicated like y'all guys. You know, they not getting about it. It's like, you know, it really like back in your days, you didn't have no strength and conditioning coach.
No, what is that?
You know what I mean? And be honest, y'all didn't have no strength and conditioning coach.
What is that?
You either get up and do it or you don't do it. You know what I mean? But now these guys getting help from everybody. You know, you gotta. You know, even me, I didn't deal with fighters where I had to get them up out of bed, knock on their windows, man, it's time to run. Hey, let's do this. I don't want to feel like running. I'm this and that. But now, you know, they just so pacified. Y'all was a whole different breed.
Well, see, the thing.
They even got people that when these kids go to fight and they lose a lot of weight and they be real strong, they give them a shot. They be back boosted up like
so you
Power Rangers. They be back up like
you talking about the enhancement.
Yeah, they be man
enhancement drugs.
Then changed so much, man. It ain't back in the day, man. I seen people like Pernell Whitaker, Mel just telling them they lose 15 pounds just before the weigh-in. They ain't have all that they got now to boost them back up there. It's like go in the room and get their sleep and eat. They got so much stuff now. Boxing different, man.
Hey, then tell me that. Okay, it's definitely different. Tell me that, like now, boxing now is like you win Friday and you fight Saturday. Back in the days, you win that morning, that morning, and you fight that night. So therefore, you always still be on the same plan. You know, it's still maintain that. You know, that still it's more fair.
Yeah.
But when you talk about, I mean, your Mark, I'm gonna ask your take on this. What do you feel about these fighters now, like saying winning on a Friday and then fighting the next day?
I think you're not fighting in your weight class. You know, when I fought at the LA Forum, you weighed in that day at 12 o'clock. So you wasn't gonna get 3 and 4 weight classes bigger.
They weigh in now. They weigh in the day before. Come back, they be like 25 more pounds over. They didn't ate that much.
And what you think? How did fighters put on that much weight in that fast in that just short period of time, 24-hour span?
Because they so used they really that big, but when they sweat down and they eat, they just if they drink a cup of water and eat, they'll blow up so fast.
Yeah, they so dehydrated.
Body.
They so dehydrated that once they eat and do what they gotta do, they're gonna gain that weight back because that's the weight they lost.
They're gonna blow right up.
They're gonna blow right up.
You know, and I can bear witness to that because I had a fighter, quote unquote, claimed I put them in the sauna. They went to go eat a half a Subway sub, a half, not the whole, half of that and one juice. They went from 128 to 135.
Yeah, I mean, because your body empty.
Yeah. That weight funny. That weight. That's something that boxing, you can't play with that weight because that weight tricky. You can't. Some people that box like this, what a lot of fighters do. They be having to weigh in and they get down. They have to fight 125. They get all the way down to 124 and just can't get that damn pound off. And they can't. They be getting till like they fight 125. They'll come down to 126 and can't get that pound and get disqualified. It's 1 pound. That one last pound be the problem.
I seen guys fall out on the scale.
As soon as you take a deep breath.
Yeah. Wow. That's it, man. I mean, it kind of sound familiar. But I know a guy that, went to the Olympics and I think I don't know if they could make the weight at all. And they just got on the scale and I guess they're supposed to pass out or whatever.
They do. But a lot of people, when they dehydrated, they take their last deep breath trying to hold it in. They fall off the scale. Be out.
So really, it's almost like your body is mechanical. What you call that?
Mechanically inclined.
It's no cannibalism. It eats. You know, you eat. You start.
Yeah.
Your muscles start eating off of muscle. You know, muscle tissue. You know?
Yep.
It don't
Yep.
have nothing to burn off.
Exactly. So you get you those stages.
I watched that happen a lot. And the weigh-ins, man, guys get on the scale.
Take a deep breath and they be out.
Straight out.
Coaches, have to catch them right there.
I never, you know, I never seen that happen, but I seen definitely guys walk up there like they walking dead, you know, barely can stand. I never seen nobody fall
It
off.
happened to a guy before he fell on the scale, hit his head on the scale. That's dangerous, man. That weight ain't nothing to play with.
So you think that a lot of like it's more dangerous now than what it, like you said, like Mark, when y'all was fighting, y'all weighed in at 12 o'clock and you fought that evening. So
I think it's more dangerous now because you're giving people 24 hours to blow back up.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You weighing in at 3 o'clock in the evening the day before, and then you coming in a fight tomorrow. I'm 20 pounds heavy.
That's too much.
So what you're saying is that instead of you fighting, say you're a 140-pound fighter.
Yeah.
So you go from 140 to like 160.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I noticed that when I seen some fighters, you know, fight on TV, it's like, damn, how does this joker weigh 147 pounds, 112 pounds? And they so blowed up. And I know they say TV's supposed to put 10 pounds on you, but they look bigger than that.
No, because see, your body is when you empty and you make that weight, you empty. Anything you put in is gonna blow you right up because nothing in there. Water gonna blow you up quick too. Water do.
I remember one time I weighed in at 112. I forgot what fight it was. And then they weighed me in the day of the fight. You know, they weigh you in when you come in the dressing room.
Right. Yeah.
And they say, this what he weighed yesterday, this what he weighed today. I got on the scale, I was 130. I said, what?
From what? From 112?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a whole different.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is you got people that's not even in their weight class.
And see, back when he was champion, they ain't know nothing about a hydration clause. They wasn't none that wasn't in effect. See, right now, Tank put that shit on everybody fight.
Yeah. And
Floyd did it too.
And you know what? And that just come to think of that, when you think about that, the rehydration clause, you understand? So all these go Frank Martin, all them jokers really wasn't no 130-pound, 35-pound fights. They're like 140, 147-pound fights if they really want to be at that point.
Yeah.
But he put a hydration clause
So
on.
they couldn't come
So they can't
over
go
that
up,
weight.
so they can't come up no higher than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so they should,
So-
like I said, they might as well go back old school, wear that morning and fight that night. Then that way everybody's still on the even weight, right? Then that will put everybody in their right weight class.
Mhm.
See, because like when you put that hydration clause on people be scared. They really don't be, because they know how their body gonna blow up, so they be scared. They really don't eat. They probably go eat a salad. Because some people, when they start eating, they just blows up, man. Weight funny, man. Weight funny.
And I can bear witness to that. I definitely bear witness to that. To a lot of guys blowing up like that. But like I said, man, my whole thing, man, like I said, I brought you out here today because, like I said, we haven't heard from you in a while, and and me personally.
Well, the champ is here, man. So listen, man, let me tell you something. The champ is here. So what we gonna do is we gonna do this, man. We gonna say we're gonna get on the back burner, man. All these DC fighters, man. I don't want to hear all that. We talking about this fighter. We talking about that fighter. Look, man, all us in the same position, man. You know, I'm retired now, but man, y'all get on the back of one of your friends, man, and make it happen. Stop crying and stop talking about, oh, he did this, he did that. Look at, man, help the next man.
Be
Supportive. The next man help the next man, man. If a guy got a fight coming up, but you know he got a fight coming up, man, go give him some sparring. Tell your coach, hey, look, man, I'm going to spar with Mark. I'm going to spar with Marvin. He got a championship fight coming up, man. Stop doing all that hating on your peoples, man. All us grew up together. All y'all was in the same tournaments together.
Right.
Y'all was in the same Junior Olympics, same Golden Gloves. Come on, man, get it together, y'all. This DC, man, we here. Everybody against us, so we can't be against ourselves. Come on, let's go, y'all.
Because one thing I noticed, they said Marshall and DC had the most world champions out of all the cities. That's California, all that. We definitely had. And right now, we got a recent one right now. We got Lamont Rose Jr. And, wherever you want to, And I mean, that you also got Javante Tank Davis. He's from Baltimore, but they don't consider themselves a part of the DMV.
Right.
It's like Baltimore is just Baltimore. You know what I mean?
They separate themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, much more of our people here in Washington, D.C., as we fighters and coaches, we come together, we can accomplish a lot, like you said, Mark, a lot more than all this saying that, but I mean, they just like, they just like each other for what reason? Because you didn't went out and you made yourself successful. You know what I mean? That's the main.
I mean, the main thing is this. My biggest thing is, look, man, get up off the jealousy, man. That's the main thing, man. Get up off the jealousy. All right. If I got a guy that's fighting for the title, don't be mad at me or don't be mad at my guy. He fought his way there. He got there on purpose. It wasn't like they gave him the shot. You ain't getting no title shot for free.
He earned it.
He earned it.
I believe that.
And if I got somebody that earned it, look, man, applaud me and be proud of me. You know what I'm saying? And in DC, it ain't happening. And it don't make no sense. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Let's get on this boat together.
Also, a lot of Tank success came from in DC. He did a lot. He fought a lot. He spied a lot of people in DC. He used to train in DC a lot.
Yeah.
Over there with y'all. So I mean, he really like a DC, but when it comes to Baltimore, DC is totally separated. He a lot of his learning came from in DC, here.
I agree with you.
Not
man, send a shout out to the hub, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna send a shout out to the hub, y'all.
Yeah.
That's where we are doing our thing, handling our business. Go ahead, Mom.
And like I said, he did get a whole lot of stuff, but they got a lot of spawns, especially over the Headbangers Gym. He had a lot of, DC fighters. We're gonna say that DC. If they want if you want to put yourself in the Maryland or Baltimore area, he definitely did a whole lot of spawn and got a lot of preparation over at Bald Eagles Boxing Gym.
Yeah.
Boogie's one of the hell of the mid man up here in the DMV.
Also,
so he definitely got that.
Also, Marvin, actually, man, my brother did some good things for Tank, and I don't know if he want to let everybody know, but he made some good stuff happen for Tank.
And people will definitely want to know. I mean, what have you done for Tank? I mean, for some people, there's people that don't know behind the scenes. Now you got a chance to explain that.
Well, I really don't really like to talk a lot, but I'll tell you this: I don't want got Tank signed.
Wow. Ain't nobody that knew that.
Yeah, I don't want got Tank signed.
Hold up, real quick before. But I don't want to cut you off. There, everybody gonna say that's a lie. They gonna say it was Agent Broner. He did this and did that. That's the talk. That's how it was before. So, but you saying you got him signed?
I don't want got Tank signed with Wayne.
Okay.
That's how he got his first couple of fights. Then after he got his first couple of fights, he left Wayne and went with the Mayweather now. But Wayne will tell you, I don't want went down there and got him signed with Wayne.
Oh, okay.
That was me.
Okay, we don't want the people, the fan. Look, we don't want y'all to be confused or misconstrued anything, because he's gonna say Agent Agent Broner one. He's kind of Agent Broner got him signed.
Let me tell you what happened.
Mayweather.
This what happened. Let me tell you what happened. He signed with Wayne. I got him signed with Wayne. Wayne was like, Mark, come down Baltimore. I said, all right. I said, man, go ahead, sign my man. Go do. Wayne signed him. He had about 2-3 fights with Wayne. Then we went up Atlanta City, me, him, and Wayne. And I was like, Wayne, come on, man, you can't let him go in the dressing room with them like that, bro. I said, because I'm trying to tell you, bro, they're going to take him. They're going to steal him. And that's what they did. Wow. And that's true story. And Wayne will tell you too.
Oh, yeah, I believe it. I know Wayne. Believe it. I didn't talk to Wayne on the back end. He told me, story about, some things he had to go through with Tank. But I'm quite sure, I'm glad that they, they settled their difference in their things. And, Tank moved.
I don't know if they really settled it, but I know Tank moved on. But I don't know if they settled it.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah. But, I hope that they settled it. I mean, the money he got, he should have settled it by now. The money he's been getting. He should have, settled it, a little difference.
Man, this boxing, man, that's like Don King. Don King used to do that too. People in the dressing room, Don King can sneak over this like, man, sign this, I want you. Man, he done stole people fighters just like that before they fight.
Believe me,
well, one thing about Don is this. One thing about Don King is this. he ain't really had to steal nobody fighters because everybody that fought on his shows, either his daughter managed one and his son managed one.
So he's always in a win-win situation.
Yeah, so he the promoter, he the win-win situation.
And a lot of fighters, before they even get on his cards, they have to be signed with Don King. A lot of people.
Yeah. Especially when they had the Don King promotions, and always had that crown in the middle of the floor. So 9 times out of 10, he had both sides. He had the A side and the B side.
Exactly, yeah.
So he definitely could
never. His fighters.
Yeah, he never could lose. He definitely could lose. It was always
right. Exactly.
Yeah, but like I said, once again, like I said, man, I don't want to keep you too late. But I said, and we want hopefully that we have more of these subjects, and I'm definitely gonna bring more champions here, world ex champions and former world champions, and even amateurs and pro. And I want to definitely bring them all here to the hub in DC.
Hey man, look at it, man. Give a great shout out to the hub, man, for having us here, man. Look at it, man. This is a wonderful spot, man. Listen, if y'all ain't booked this spot, y'all need to book it, man. This ain't for free. You gotta pay. This ain't for free, but the hub is off the chain, y'all.
We appreciate that. And once again, thanks, James, for coming out. Like I said, it's hard to get James. As y'all see, I always call him Quiet Storm, was always quiet and don't have a whole lot to say. But like I said, he has a whole lot of knowledge when it comes to this boxing. They pretty much help. I didn't say even, freely helps the kid, but sometimes people don't, take your kindness for weakness. And always my slogan is that I love what I do, but I love to get paid for what I do. And that's real talk.
With Marv.
And James and Marv.